YouTube world. What is good? What is happening with y'all, man? On a late night session, y'all already know where y'all tuned in. This is the battleground of sports talk, baby. As you are tuned in to DFW Sports Raps. Y'all know how we hold it down. It's your one man, four styles and flavor of DFW Sports. Holding it down for everything in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, baby. Y'all see the background. Y'all know how we rocking. Y'all know how it is, where we represent from, where we from, and all the teams that's up in here. Got a late night. I know it's been a while since y'all seen my face, man. Your boy been putting in some crazy hours here lately, man. So I'm trying to get my schedule adjusted. I'm still gonna be working long hours for probably the foreseeable future, but I'm gonna try to adjust my schedule so we can keep coming back and bringing this content up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. We just been trying to grind, get back for all them Cowboy tickets we paid for, and then we make it real clear for us to jump into the World Series champion Texas Rangers. So we got a little something. Speaking of Texas Rangers, man, it was crazy. They just they arrived in surprise for a while, but they went up in the training camp. They're getting their stuff going and all that type stuff. And Josh Young just routinely going out there trying to, just fielding the ball just on regular. It ain't even nothing major. Got a, calf injury. And they done did the MRI on him. Bruce Bochy is saying that he's most likely going to be out for about 3 weeks, at least. Minimum, which probably going to be longer about that. If you known anything about the injury staff going, how they report the injuries in the Rangers camp, sometimes it don't always be the truth. Say, but what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, everything is good. Everything is good. We still living. Like I said, man, it's been a while since I've been on the tube here for a minute. It's, like you said, he just got to put in all them hours right now. So ain't nothing to it. Just been grinding, maintaining, and trying to manifest and execute some things. And, take this to a higher level, another level. So try to get the schedule adjusted. Keep coming with y'all with some DFW Sports Raps. That's how we hold it down. Yeah, before y'all even go any further, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Man, every time you see something I post, man, you'll get a first glimpse at it. And this channel is really everything. We talk a lot of Cowboys, but you see it in the background. I'm a homebody, so your boys representing in the trenches, in the DFW where these teams reside, and they hold it down. So I mean, and for all my content creators, it's all big ups. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some changes coming here to the live show, so y'all stick around because I'm gonna start making some adjustments and start adding some things up in here. We're gonna really have us a great time and a real live show up in here. So that's how it's gonna be for sure. He said, you see the All-Star, just talking about it, looking at the slam dunk contest. For me, it's different for me. I watched this, and there's no way you can hype this up. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking bad on what they done did with the, All-Star challenges on the weekend before the All-Star game. But, man, I'm going to be real. You saw that slam dunk contest. I mean, you had a few good dunks and stuff like that, but you saw Julius Erving go out there, man, and really, like, he didn't even want to hand the trophy. It looked like he didn't even want to be there, bro. That's kind of where all this is starting to look like. It looks more WWE-ish, Of course, you don't have the stars in there, but it's just, what more can somebody be doing? It's just, to me, it's not appealing. Gary Payton was one of the judges, and he looked like he didn't want to be there. It's just like they don't care. We don't care. Ain't nobody care. But you had some things that you saw, so I mean, it wasn't too bad. We really get to see what Luka and Kyrie get to do tomorrow. Speaking of the Mavericks going into the All-Star break, Mavs, man, since they made that move for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, man, the Mavericks have been up. They've been up. For real. Yes, they have. Mavericks been putting it in, man, for real. Them two moves they made was big moves right there, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now I'm looking at them like, bro, they got size now. They have athleticism at it too. Now the Kleber is like the third option. Powell's the fourth option. And if you get them being the third, fourth option against, some real bench role players against other teams, then you got a nice little shot. But Mavericks roll, man. They looking real good. What's up, Mr. Cowboy? Appreciate you for joining along with Saber up in this thing, man. Appreciate y'all for joining. I know it's a late night. My face ain't been shown up here, bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Last week, I put in a 60-hour work week. This ain't no bragging or nothing like that. This is just saying it's been a busy week. Big time. And he started it off again today going in on a Saturday. So I'm trying to get ready. I had to catch up for all them Cowboy games. And, a lot of people come and tell me, was it really worth it buying them tickets going to the game? Hell yeah, it was. You damn skippy it was. Because like I said, make sure you make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. And when you subscribe, check out the channel, man, and check out my videos. Check out the live game vlogs that I got for everybody up in the DFW. And I'm telling you, it was worth it for me because, like he said, on a 16-game win streak, your boy called 12 of them. Now, the last game I happened to go to, they got their ass stomped. He said that Steven. Bruh, I mean, it kind of remind me of that episode of Martin. I don't know how many of y'all watched that. Hey, Martin Lawrence did his thing on that show. It just is not too many shows like that. But it remind me on that episode of Martin where, for me, all the Cowboy players and everything, everybody's up in there just yakking. Now they want to take accountability and yakking, whatever, all that type stuff. But it remind me when Martin lost his job at the radio station and he went down to the unemployment office. And he was like, nah, they know me, what's up? He made all that what's up noise. That's kind of like what Stephen Jones and this organization do. They make a lot of noise, but at the end of the day, we not an angry man. We angry fans, and we like, bruh, man, sit your ass down. That's kind of how we feel about them. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Cowboy Nation, Danny in the house, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Super fan, him and Mr. Cowboy for sure tuning in on a late Saturday. I don't know if it's any fights or anything like that, but boy was watching the All-Star game, peeping it out, and it's just really not my flavor anymore. It's really kind of not my flavor. I don't really kind of, But yeah, that's kind of how we feel. We feel like angry man at the unemployment office, man. We telling the Joneses and all the all them, man, sit your ass down. Man, for sure. Man, it's a lot of, and like I said, man, it's been a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to adjust my schedule. I'll probably be dropping these lives. I'll probably be dropping these lives. Let me see. I'm trying to adjust my schedule because getting up too early, that's kind of killing you, boy, because that's where it's kind of hard for me to do something. But it's more of I might get off later and probably be doing the shows about around from that 9 to 10 slot. And we'll be just talking about some, talking whatever you want to talk about that's in the trenches of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, for sure. So that's how I got to go. That's how I got to go. He said boxing be too violent, man. Hey, football just as violent. Now, boxing, though, you want to talk about being a supreme athlete. It take a lot to be, in that thing, not trying to get your head knocked off. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot. Them 3 minutes be a long time, buddy. He said that's why they weren't run 5 miles for no reason. Shoot, you better, because them 3 minutes be a long time. Long time. Yeah, man. Today I got off work and we checked out the Stars as they lost in overtime. A classic game and probably what I feel is a Western Conference preview in the NHL for sure to get to that Stanley Cup as the Stars lost in overtime 4-3. It was one of those games that had a playoff atmosphere to it. Any team could have won that game. You know, it was a coin toss who could have won that game. It was, unfortunately for the Stars, they came out in overtime and they ended up getting a penalty, and that really ended the game for them. Jake Ottinger really still had a great game at the net, but it just, you know, it's one of those situations. If you don't get the penalty, they might still score anyway. So I understand what happened, but it just hurt. It just hurt. Man, but look, you know, we've been grinding. Y'all seen the news about the Cowboys. Y'all seen, you know, how they're filling the staff out. Zim is getting his staff together. Of course, I had that feeling that whoever was going to be the defensive coordinator, I felt from the jump, Al Harris was something that was coming with you and it was non-negotiable. I felt that was non-negotiable. And you see it. So he's still there. He's still there. Doing straight. The staff you get who you got? Gunter. I mean, I like who they added. They look like they some physical, you know, they look like some dudes that's gonna be some hard asses. Only thing I can say, damn, is I got a lot of, you know. The only thing I can say is how much do you believe that this team, because it's not a talent issue, especially on the defense. It's more about the size, but it's the physicality that these Cowboys are missing. Straight up, it's the physicality that these Cowboys are missing. And until they get that addressed, they're not sniffing no NFC championship game. They have got to get stronger. They have got to get physical. So that's how I gotta be, man. Until that happens, and I don't think, I mean, a coach can get you in the right mindset, but they just don't have the personnel right now to be playing physical. They don't. Now, if you move Micah the linebacker like we've been talking about, then hey. Because I feel you, man. Got to have a linebacker. I said from the jump. Do you want now? Do we feel DeMarion Overshown can be a great player? Yeah, but now he got to come back from injury. They felt that way about Jabril Cox. And what happened? Was it Jabril Cox? Yeah. They felt that way about him. He got hurt and we never saw his potential, right? So, but it's going to be interesting to see Mike Zimmer, and I'm still here to say, you know, this is all going to rely still on Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. Unless they get their money right where they can invest in the linebacking core in the offseason, because they got to get vet. I think that they just need to get stronger, bro. Somehow, some way, they got to be more gritty. Forget that flash and stuff, man. You know, it looked good. Don't get it wrong. Did it get us interceptions and pick sixes and all that type stuff? Yeah, it did. But god dang. Once you get into the trenches where the teams are all good, like I said, me personally, the defense is still at fault for what happened against Green Bay, just because, like I said, even if you take Dak's interceptions away and pick six away, they still lose that game. The defense just didn't stop nobody, bro. Now, the offense, you know, showed up when it was way too late. But at the same time, bro, like I said, I expected Dak Prescott to put those numbers up that he did. regardless if it was garbage time, I felt he should have had numbers like that against that Green Bay defense. Where I hold Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott and this offense accountable is against that defense, y'all failed to show up. Now, everything could be different because I told y'all from the jump, defensively, they had their chance to get off the field. They had their chance to get off the field. They got a penalty. Extended the drive. Then they had a chance to keep them out the end zone. What happened? They ended up getting a penalty. So you have that happen, and then the touchdown happens. They're moving the ball real good. Dak Prescott extends the drive with his legs that he's, that we're kind of asking this dude to do a little bit more. He extends the drive, and then they get in another third down situation. What happens? And this is where the game basically changed. You get a chance to move the sticks and convert. CeeDee Lamb catches that ball. I think he has extra room to run. Like, it's not just a catch for a first down. It's a catch and explosive play getting into the red zone. I kind of feel it's that type of play. But it doesn't happen. He dropped the pass, come off with bad body language, and here comes the defense. What do? They get torched. So now you down 14-0 in a blink of an eye. You down 14-0. Now you have a quarterback that really, and I'm still riding with folk, but you have a quarterback now that's in the moment where it's the biggest moment now. You're already down 14 early, and you're at home. So the moment we know he's not the guy to will it himself. And when he tried to, because his star receiver is really not in the game right now, man, what happened? You get pick six and all that. So it hurt. It hurt. And you know what, man? Like I said, if you're going all in, then those are the resources I'm trying to bring in. But at the same time, it's not like they need, for me, it's not the coach. It's the type of players that they have at linebacker. That's kind of my issue that's going on. Because you could bring Ray Lewis down here and he could make them dudes run through a brick wall, but they still lighting ass. That's something he can't change. He can't change them getting bigger like that. That's my only difference I have with that. But, outside of that, Cowboy Nation, Danny, I'm with you on that for sure. I wouldn't mind Ray Lewis, even though he's a Miami guy and I'm a Florida State guy. But game recognized game. For real. Jerry and Stephen Jones has plenty of money. They do. So you're basically implying take the $59 million cap hit with Dak. And if you're going all in, roll the dice this year. Make him, Mike McCarthy, and everybody. And you know what? To be honest with you, why not? Now $59 million, that's a lot. That's a lot when you can kind of restructure that and kind of trying to chop that down to 27. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Some. But if I'm just saying, Cowboys found themselves in a situation like this when they gave Romo that money after, that 2007 season was special. That was a special season for the Cowboys right there. And Tony Romo. But after that year, it just things didn't happen. And he had to start playing through a lot of injuries and stuff like that. Give Tony Romo his credit. He had to gut out a lot of things. As much as I go back and forth about who's winning between him and Dak, I do give Romo his props where he did gut through a lot of. Now people want to say he didn't have no good defense. Bruh, sometimes things don't change because defense wasn't good enough. I don't even want to say they was good enough. They weren't good. When it mattered the most, they weren't good. And a lot of losses that the Cowboys suffered in the 2023 season, their defense was not good. Now, Buffalo offense failed to show up. And Miami That was probably your only game, I'll say. Defense actually played well that game. And that game right there, even though it was a loss, I felt was I can hang my hat that this defense could help long as if the offense came ready to play and the defense could at least hold a bargain. This is where I felt the Cowboys could do something, especially if they get at home. And nothing like that happened, bro. Nothing like that happened. Converted to a big signing bonus, and you get your year to prove it. The problem is, well, everybody say we know that's not gonna happen, but hypothetically, if he was to go on to the NFC Championship game and even further, you would ruin your franchise now. Or would you still let him walk? See, that's the toxicity in Cowboy Nation. But it's a question to ask. It's a question to ask. But a huge signing bonus that it's always ways that you can restructure a contract, and signing bonuses are basically, a big part of that. A big part of that. But like I said, the same stuff that my man Cowboy Nation is saying, it was almost said the same thing about Tony Romo. He really set the market for the quarterback position when he got that $100 million contract and didn't win nothing. Nothing. He got that contract on base faith and and what happened for so many years in the Romo years. You wonder why he had bad defense and all that type stuff, because they had to keep restructuring his contract. Restructuring. I think they just got out of restructuring after 2018, some type stuff. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That got them in trouble. Now, I'll ask y'all this question. Would you rather be... I would rather be neither. But would you rather be stuck with a quarterback and restructuring his deals year after year, and they are a 12-plus win team, or do you want to keep restructuring the quarterback and his deal after they keep going 8-8? I'll let y'all tell it. Hey, it's 50-50 right now. It's 50-50. Now, me, I'm not saying you're letting go of that. And because once you do, your team gonna be trash. For me, it will be a quick season getting to hockey and basketball for me personally. Because I'm not gonna switch teams, but I'll be ready for hockey and basketball season. Damn it. Damn. I'm not trying to go through no rebuild. For real. For real. He said, man, I would let you join on Cowboy Nation. My man Danny, I would let you jump on, but we're probably going to have to do one for tomorrow. I just had to come and break my face today. I couldn't let a lot of news pass me by today. I'm still kind of running on fumes and that type. But tomorrow, holla at me in my DM on Instagram or X, and we'll see what we can do. It'll be the All-Star game going on. I kind of want to stream while doing that as well. So I think the Stars are on a back-to-back too. They had a hellacious game. But yeah, man. Hey, he don't want to restructure nothing. He don't want to restructure nothing. Man, you got to understand the ways of the NFL business. As much as we love the game, it is still a business. But I'm just saying, man, Romo had that $100 million contract, and you saw how they treated his contract, how they kept having to back end it, signing bonus, backing, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And their defense is paid for it. Their defense is paid for it. So that's why Romo didn't have a defense. And then on top of that, he kept getting hurt. So, I mean, you know, there's two sides of it. And for Dak Prescott, his problem is he just ain't. His only problem as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback, which he has had since Troy Aikman has left, he's no different than right now. The only difference between him and every other quarterback that's played since Troy Aikman is he has won games, bro. Just not the games. And tell me if I'm wrong. I know he hasn't won the game. We know this. This is why everybody mad at him right now. And rightfully so. He picked the worst time to play his worst ball. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I can't defend that. I'm still riding with Foe, but I can't defend what he's done in these last playoff losses. I can't. I cannot. He has played bad. Now, I would probably say the Green Bay game, even though it was in garbage time, taking for all that's in consideration, instead of them just getting dog walked like that, I mean, outside, you take that Green Bay loss his rookie year, that was one of his finest moments. That was one of his finest moments. You feel Zim gonna change it up? That's kind of he won't put up with it. But the thing is, as long as he put Mike at linebacker, I think I'm good. And the thing I kept saying is with Mike Zimmer, he's gonna light a fire up under their ass because you know Mike McCarthy can't and is not. He can't do it. I ain't gonna say he's not able, but at this moment, he can't do it. Because he has a lot to, do with it too. I just think in all his losses, his teams do not come out ready to play. That's just me. To me, he doesn't move me to, you know what I'm saying, to take it up another level. I'm not even trying to judge it. You've seen throughout his time in Green Bay on top of that. So we all felt that Dan Quinn threw the defensive game, obviously. As long as you're going to say that, you're going to have names for a lot of dudes. Because, CD was burping shit up out there, getting, pushed around. What else happened? I mean, we're down 3 scores. He gets a first down and want to start celebrating. Stop that. And then Michael Parsons, nowhere to be found. DeMarcus Lawrence makes the plays, but he's going to get some penalties too. DeRon Bland ended up getting, you know what I'm saying? Bro, they all played like trash. And it started because the defense took the field first. Remember that. Defense took the field first. It wasn't because Dak Prescott on that first drive didn't get the third down. It's not like he threw a bad pass. Come on now. Like I say, call it even throughout the whole field. And the reason Dak is getting so much slack is just because when it matters the most, he's not coming through. That's right now, y'all emotionally attached to it. But that's why they give you, it's almost like a pregnancy term. It's almost like, you get that stretch right there where time heals. Time heals, especially when you're missing something. And once football get the rolling around, everybody be all right. If they get on a win streak, just don't mention the Super Bowl. Like I said, as of now, you got nobody believes in it. But if you're gonna be one of those people that say we got a chance to get it to the Super Bowl, get that shit off your tongue right now. Start saying it now, but when it gets to about July, when they drop that new NCAA on that PS5, that's when you stop saying it. That's when you stop saying it. Did it look like a Wade Phillips situation? And you know, ironically, when Wade Phillips got fired and was sabotaged by Jason Garrett, they got their ass whooped by who? Green Bay. Bruh. Packers beat the shit out of them boys. And it was cold. Bro, I think that game was like 45-7 or something like that, bro. That was a Romo-led team, though. And Wade Phillips' defenses didn't just fall off a cliff. From like 2007, his defenses was pretty good. Now, nobody said nothing about the offense because they gave up, 45 points, but nobody said nothing about the offense. Nobody said nothing about, the offensive style, but all of a sudden, Wade Phillips get fired, Jason Garrett's the interim, and then Jason Garrett ends up being the head coach. This is why Jerry ain't gonna never have no nice things. Now you're kind of in that situation where you ask, I don't think Zim would want to be the head coach. I don't think he wants them responsibility. Not here. I don't think here. I think he wouldn't mind to be a head coach again. He's just looking to get back in the NFL and do his thing. But here, hell no. I wouldn't even want this job. Please. It ain't no pleasing no Cowboys. Unless you get a Super Bowl. On the road to 6, man. On the road to 6. We try, man. And I'm telling you, unless you were to pull off a miraculous trade or something like that, Dak Prescott, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for all the people who think he's not good or needs to move on. At this moment, he's going to give you your best chance to win. I believe in that statement because I know he gives you the best chance to win. Now, it's not a complete statement because I didn't say a chance to win at all. And I done basically came to that like, look, it's almost where I agree with what Jerry was saying is Dak is going to take us as far as we're going to go as far as Dak Prescott. And that's where they went. But unfortunately, that's not the whole story. That's not the whole story. So, hey, I don't see how personally you're going to look at this team and you're still going to have the same, man, you're still going to have the same flavor for them. Let them start the season off 3-0. I'm telling you, don't mention the word. Just stay on their ass. If you're going to call them trash Prescott, then call them that. That might make them dudes play better because they get pampered too much. They titty babies. You know what I'm saying? Sugar babies. When it's going good and we praise them, this is what they do. Regardless if it's the quarterback, the defensive line, the coach, they're going to let you down. They're going to let you down. But it seemed like when we bash them, so call them trash Prescott. Call them that. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man. What you got? What you got, Cowboy Nation? Then? Mike Zimmer, the head coach. He don't want them problems. He don't want them problems. He don't want them problems, bro. Like I said, I wouldn't even want that. You couldn't pay me enough to take on the Cowboys job. But then again, let's say I was a coach and I knew what I was doing or whatever, something like that. You're not going to have the total control like that. You're not going to, it just, It's almost like the government in a way. Yeah, you got a president, but you're ran by checks and balances. And that's what happens when you're the America's team, huh? Yeah. You are answering to the checks and balances of the organization, which everybody does, but damn, more times than not, they do the dirty, deals, whatever, the business deals, and let you do the football deals. I can fly. I believe I can fly. So he believe about Mike Zimmer going ahead and, but see, you lose. I don't know, bro. I will say that like this, to go 3 straight seasons, 12-5, they're bound to have a bad season here. They're bound to have a bad season coming up. It's really writing on the wall. So you know what? To be honest with y'all, that's kind of where I can't agree if you're just gonna let Dak play on the last year of his contract. Where if it goes bad, okay, it goes bad, but we have high picks. Hopefully, basically like that. Don't be in the middle of no pack, no 8-9 type shit. If you're gonna be bad, and then you can start over. It's not about tanking, but let's just say, for instance, it just starts bad and there's just no recovering from it. That's where I can understand it. I really can. That's been the mantra. If you've been on the show, you've been seen where the question kept getting asked: do Mike McCarthy keep his job if the team don't make it to the NFC Championship game? And in all honesty, he should have been fired because you had number 2 seed, which means long as you won up into the NFC Championship game, you were playing in the confines of your own house. And y'all couldn't get it done. Y'all couldn't come out ready to play. That was really a fireable offense. And then you look 3 straight years, yeah, it looked good in the regular season, but it hasn't got us nowhere. And that's due to the head coach. That's due to the quarterback not coming through in the clutch and a defense that is just not physical enough. So on top of that, when it matters the most, the special teams don't always be special. So when it matters the most, y'all just flat out choke. And I'll be tired of hearing that stuff, and it'd be hard to defend. But you look at it, and you dig deeper, and you keep looking at it, and you're like, bro, they are what they are. In the words of the late Danny Green, they are who we thought they were. And we keep praising them and letting them off the hook. But to my man Cowboy Nation Danny, Zim is going to be a guy that ain't going for that. He going to be on that Mike Singletary stuff. I want winners. He said, I'm known as like a jerk, a a-hole. Yeah, but they need that. Because Jerry ain't going to be that. Steven ain't going to be that. Will McClay, that's not his job to be that. Mike McCarthy is a player's coach. And I think with Dan Quinn, like he got the hat backward. He's a player's coach to everybody too friendly. Now, Jerry and them thought it would be good to they were overstaffed and everybody was like former players. It was just too, it was just too much. I don't want to say country club, but it felt like a hangout spot. That's because everybody is players, coaches. Man, forget all that. Zim ain't having that. And that's where I can agree with you right there for sure. Zim is going to change that around. At least on his side of the ball, he talks about, Discipline, discipline, discipline. When we have a third down and we get them off the field in a playoff game, we don't need to have no penalty to extend the drive. You feel me? If you were Jerry or Steven, how would you fix the Cowboys? Like I said, me, what I would do, I would get as much money as I can in restructuring a lot of these deals on who I want back. I really wanted to let Tyron go a long time ago, but the reason I would let him go is because if you got a guy that can't practice but he's playing in the game, I think that just sets a bad message for any locker room. I mean, in any sport or in anything you do, any profession where you work, somebody don't come to work all the time, but like once a week. Come on, man. How you still got a job? You know what I'm saying? Don't be like Tommy. You know what I'm saying? You got a job, but I don't never see you at work type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But at this point in time, you might want to keep Tyron just because he knows everything around here. And you kind of need that depth on the offensive line. It don't never hurt to have quality offensive linemen, regardless they're injury prone or not. But me, you would even if it's not Dak, although Dak is going to be the largest percent of it, find out, if I'm Jerry, if I'm Steven, find out the contracts that you want to renew. Basically, who do you want to bring back? And who do you want to let walk? That's going to determine what you do. Because I think they're going to draft offensive linemen. They're good at drafting offensive linemen. So I think they'll draft an offensive lineman. I think they'll draft a running back as well. The running back class is really deep, to be honest with y'all. I like Trey Benson out of Florida State. That's my collegiate team right there. Trey Benson to me is nice, but regardless, the running back class is pretty deep. So you can look about the fourth round and get you still a good quality running back. So I look for them to be heavy in the offensive line. I see them spending money in the I would spend money in the offseason at my linebacking core. A lot of people want Derrick Henry. To me, offense was not the problem. Offense was not the Cowboys' problem. The problem with the Cowboys is physicality on their defense and at the linebacking core. They're way too damn small. That's been their problem. That's been their problem. So I'm drafting offensive lineman, taking the best offensive lineman available. I want him to be a guard center combination. You get that guard, get that a bigger defensive lineman. I like Braden Fisk out of Florida State as well. That is going to be a good steal of the draft in my eyes. It'll be interesting to see what he do at the combine. Be real interesting to see how he measure out. But I would go that route and I would extend or reconstruct a lot of contracts that the players that I want to keep so I can invest in my offseason money into the linebacking core. Because you're not going to be able to draft a linebacker and he's going to be big enough or physical enough for you. I just think in today's college game, you just don't get too many linebackers like that. And where you're picking at, you won't get too many linebackers like that. That's where I'm feeling. I did see that. Cowboy Nation. Then your boy Marshawn Lynch was going up in that. You a 49ers fan? Fuck you. I did see that. But you got an easy answer, huh? You said new draft, and you know how many players, you know how many picks that the Cowboys got? And on top of that, I put it to you this way. They don't have enough picks to rebuild this thing right now. And on top of that, if you did, you don't have the high draft picks for them. You're picking late in the round. So that's something that's already against you too. Cowboys are really stuck. They're really stuck. They're stuck, and they just hoping that they can milk out as much success out of this run that they can. You know what I'm saying? He won't Ray look, bro. They ain't going with no Jerry Jones, bro. Marshawn Lynch, first of all, he one of them. You know what I'm saying? He one of them. I can see a reporter in Dallas going up in his face asking the wrong question, and there you go. There you go. But like I said, the one thing I will 100 agree with you for sure. I think Mike Zimmer, he will have Michael Parsons playing the way we need him to play. And that's just, and what you say about Ray Lewis, basically, Ray Lewis coming in, if you would have had like Ray Lewis as your linebackers coach, he would basically give him the mentality of, look, bro, never be satisfied. Look, life is a blessing that we get up to see. That's what we thankful for. But outside of that, we always pissed off. We always trying to earn our respect. That's something that the fire of this defense, that's something that Zimmer, I believe, can change. But that's what this defense needs. And they just got to get bigger, bro. I mean, what do you expect at the linebacker position when you're playing with safeties out there? There's nothing you can do but get ran down your throat, not be a physical team. If you're playing with safeties at linebackers, you're basically not a physical defense. You're not imposing no will. You ain't shrinking the field on, you're not suffocating them like now. Cowboys were fast, but there's a way to do speed. There's a way to handle speed. Big way. There's always a big way to handle speed. So put Micah at linebacker. You might have saw the last of Van Der Esch. That might have been that, but that'll be for something that we can elaborate probably on tomorrow, as it's getting here a little bit late. I'm gonna have to go ahead and kind of shut it down early, but I still can keep the conversation going. But look down below. Follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade. Follow me on Instagram at Drewski. Or, I'll be making a lot of posts as well on the channel. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll see them posts. I'll throw some polls out there or answer some questions. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what's up. And we can keep the conversation going. Tomorrow, we're looking forward to trying to do something, and it'll probably be toward the tail end of the All-Star game because your boy Luka the Don, him and Kyrie in the Ramadan. So you get the fasting Kyrie right now. Woo! Let's see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what that is about. Bruh. Like I said, Marshawn Lynch is one of them. He be done cussed all through the media stream, man. Jerry gonna be like, nah, bro. I like the controversy, but not like that. You think so? Basically, you feel the rebuild coming. You're like Kendrick Lamar right now. I can feel the changes. I can feel the new life. I always knew life could be dangerous. Like I said, bro, to me, it don't look good for Mike McCarthy. To me, he's in a tough spot. Like I said, that's a job that you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me enough to do that job. And unfortunately, Dak, you had your chances to get it done. You might as well just let it ride out this end. If you can't get it done now, yeah, I'm kind of, only thing is if you decide to keep him, the money's just gonna still go up. That's the problem that you have. But looking at the whole totality of the situation, even though this quarterback has won more than he has lost, he just hasn't came through when it mattered. A lot of the playoff, okay, it's about half and half. His last playoff loss, his fifth playoff loss, that was a total team effort. But for more times than not, this dude has won more than he has lost. But I get it. You can't keep going in this cycle knowing what you're gonna get. That's where I'm like, bro, you haven't got it done. And when it matters the most in our last losses in the season, you stanked. You stanked. Now, where it's not all on you is in this Packer game, at least, because that Niner game last year, oh no, you stanked. And then in the Niner game in 2021, you stanked coming out to get. Come on, bro. So it is what it is if you're gonna play it out as last year. But I think if you're doing that, then you're basically gonna try to re-sign on 1-year deals anyway, and then see where it goes. And then after that, you free up cap. If it goes bad, you let those players go. You free up cap space, and you actually have high draft picks. It don't make sense to blow it up when you're picking on the bottom end of the draft. It don't make sense for that. The reason the Cowboys stuck in 8-8 all territory because they kept picking toward the middle. But 2016, they got Zeke. They were picking high in the draft. Am I right? All right. So, like I said, if it goes south, you can come off his contract. If you won't, you can let everybody go. Let that really free up some cap space. You might have a little dead money, but you free up some cap space that way, and then hopefully it comes with a high draft pick. So I'm not wishing for them to have no bad season because now I'm more to the point where I'm kind of feeling like it's coming around and I'm not going to no games because I've been fortunate the last 2 years to go to games and they ain't lost except the last one. And if I'm feeling it's going to be one of them seasons, y'all will just be catching me doing content here instead of dropping it on the blog. Because that's why he working 56 to 60 hours a week right now trying to get back. Now, I had my times because, like I said, they were more wins than anything. They just didn't come out with the ultimate win. They replaying the All-Star. Man, get the heck out of here. No, like I said, I agree. Mike Zimmer is not going to be there to be holding people's hands. Nah. He ain't trying to sing no. I mean, he'll be cool with you as long as you're doing your job. And that's something you're supposed to be doing. But as long as you're doing your job, okay, I might crack a smile every now and then, but shit. I'm trying to handle business. I don't know about Zimmer, man. If you're gonna say Zim is gonna be the head coach, then you need at least another year with him being up under this system. I don't just think 1 year is gonna be enough for him to just be bruh. He got that bad eye. This job ain't for nobody because once they don't get it done, you're gonna be talking about firing his ass too. So this is a job don't nobody really want. They say they want it. What do you say? It's like you think you're jumping on a train that's going 100 miles per hour, and then you get on that motherfucker and you figure out that bitch is going like 500 miles per hour, and that bitch is like this close from teetering off the track. You just trying to hold on and hoping that you can survive and get to the end. So, I mean, hey. What I got from that post conference, like I started the show saying, it reminded me of, and this is nothing of Mike Zim, but it's just the Cowboys in general when they're up there. It reminded me of Angry Man on Martin, man. The more and more they start talking, the coaches start talking, Jerry and Steven start talking, the Michael Parsons and all the people who got they start, man, sit your ass down. Like, come on now. But I don't know, man. I think Zim likes being in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think he knows good enough about the area. I think he really likes it. But to be the head coach, nah. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think Jerry or Steven they know it's an offensive driven league. I don't think they're running with no defensive style minded head coach. And to me, Mike Zimmer, he would hold the players accountable. But like I said, bro, he's going to be one that you're not going to involve him in the moves like that. That's the problem you have. Even with Mike McCarthy, to me, I don't want to say he's a lame duck coach because he is coming off of 3 straight 12-5 seasons, but he doesn't look like he's even going to give any challenge about, how to try to run things. That's what the problem is right now. The defense, too small, not physical enough. The offense, starting with his quarterback, will not show up in the clutch moment. And then you have an organization that's just basically they're in total control, and it's really hurting them. That's why they're not really getting nowhere. Because they won't let their coach have the full pulse of running the whole show. It's not about meddling. They're just always in the picture when they don't really need to be in the picture. And I think they should let their head coaches, because one thing, you're not coddling your coaches thinking that everybody's saying, Jerry, this is on you and your team. Man, please. They gonna say, Jerry, this is on you. Mike McCarthy, your ass need to be fired. Dak, your ass need to be gone. Michael, they gonna say all y'all trash. So hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. But for me, I'm nervous just because under pressure, we done seen what they do. They're gonna be under the most pressure this year. And like I said, CD Lamb is trying to get his contract. There's a lot of things going on in the business that will determine what type of offseason that they're going to have. I don't know if they believe the draft is that deep or not. It'll be interesting to see if they do believe that, if the draft is that deep. I think you can get you a solid running back in the 4th round. I like to get an offensive linebacker. Offense, a lineman, another defensive lineman, a big, strong, physical guy. And I wouldn't mind drafting a linebacker in the 3rd. I just don't know who would be there in the 3rd. I just don't know who would be there in the 3rd. Tomorrow, All-Star game, yo. I guess I'll try to watch it. Like I said, I'll try to live stream it when we talk about some more Cowboys tomorrow. Like I said, that slam dunk contest didn't move nobody. But it looked like it's gonna be like get on the sticks type of day for me, get on the game system and just basically be recovering from long week and another long week that's ahead of them. But I'm gonna try to change my schedule to where I'll be just coming on late nights, yo. So we'll have some content. And like I said, I'm trying to work on some things. Probably tomorrow, I'm gonna work on a few snippets to help liven up the show, giving up the flavor of what's really going down on this channel at all times. So y'all stay on the lookout for that. That's something big I'm trying to add spicy to right there. Add a little bit more flavor. But the defensive staff personnel that look like they brought in, these dudes do look like they not playing the bullshit. They look like they gonna be on players' asses like for real. No, ain't no pause needed because ain't nobody trying to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Just talking football. But I think this is a stat. The defense has got to have a nasty attitude. That's just that, and they're just got to be physical. And I just don't think in the draft you do that unless you're building for the future now. Then yeah, but you tried that with Mozzie Smith last year. So I would look to get a bigger defensive end because you need to move Michael the linebacker. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Big facts. That's what you need to do. Mavericks, you're going to have a pair of Mavericks in the All-Star game. Kyrie, Luka Doncic. And like I said, man, hey, the Mavs, I believe they're going to punch themselves out of that playoff, that play-in tournament. I can see them being a top 6 seed. I can now for sure. They got them some bigs. Let's roll. Stars. They took an L against the Edmonton Oilers, but that was a class. I mean, give it up for hockey today, actually, on ABC. The first 2 games, you had the Kings and the Bruins. That went into overtime, was a classic. Then you had the Stars follow up with the Oilers. That went into an overtime. So give hockey its due. Hockey is they kind of took over a little bit on a Saturday, basically. They had great games, great showing. So looking out for the Stars for that. I still see their quest to still, maintain what they're holding in the Central Division and keep pace to try to get back to where they was last year. That's the Final Four, something that the Cowboys don't know nothing about since 1995. That's getting to a conference championship game. So I'm liking what the Stars making running with. I look for the Mavericks to come out of All-Star break firing on all cylinders, man. This team right now has size. Their scoring was not the issue, and there's something I'm saying about the Cowboys. You want to get a running back, but like I said, offense has not been the problem, even when they weren't really running steadily like that last year. But you go back and look at the numbers, they rushed for good enough. It just wasn't like that you would want it, but, bruh, offense was not their problem. It's physicality on defense, and we all know that. But we can go ahead and relive a lot of that stuff. If y'all want to, go and check the vlogs out on my page. You'll see the games in the trenches. They were fun games for sure. I kind of learned how to get better in 2023 alpha 2022. You know what I'm saying? I was just recording to be recording, but now I figured it out how he gonna do it. So make sure y'all check all them vlogs out, check them videos out, check the post out. Go ahead and get active, get engaged. I'm looking forward to making some few changes to the show. I've been figuring out how I'm gonna get my logo did and who's gonna do my logo. So I've been working on the logo for the show. I'm gonna work on some video things to liven up the show where I can kind of take a break every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But give y'all something to still peep at and get y'all hyped up about DFW sports, especially if it's about the Cowboys, Mavericks, Stars, Rangers, whatever. So like I said, Ranger news, Josh Young, he's already on, he's already in the injury portal. He got a strained calf right there, but Bruce Bochy said he'll be out for about 3 weeks. Like I said, Stars look to rebound, I think, Monday or Tuesday. So a good classic game. I think they're gonna have about 26 more games left, but it's gonna be about them finishing strong. I think their schedule is real tough. Mavericks coming out of the All-Star break, I think their schedule is like halfway. They're sprinkled in with some good teams, but then they're sprinkled in with some bad teams. But now with the size they got, I'm not gonna lie, I'm confident in what these Mavericks bring. I'm real confident. So it's gonna Dallas sports is still kicking in, man, right now because the Stars, they're I think, yeah, they still gonna be in the top of the Central. If not, they're gonna not be far out of this Central Division lead. So they holding it down. I look for the Mavs to get up out of this play-in tournament spot So that's at least a top 6 seed. Rangers, we're just waiting for the weather to change, and y'all have a chance to run it back. Run it back. And that's why we making all these hours so we can, this time I want to be in the sweet life. I'm trying to get in the sweet this time. One time for the one time. So that's the rundown that I got for DFW sports that went on in the week. And like I said, he was busy, but we'll try to start the week off good tomorrow, as there's really not going to be too much of anything going on. The All-Star game is going to be later. It'll be a lot of college basketball that's going to be on. So stay tuned for me tomorrow. We'll see what we can do, see what topics we can go on. We'll probably just start looking at positions. I'll probably just go through my positions of grade of needs that you could draft at. Probably to talk about the show tomorrow, talking about Cowboys sports. We'll probably dedicate that strictly to Cowboys, but then again, y'all see what's in the background. We're going to represent for everybody. But if we're going to talk Cowboys tomorrow, I'm looking at, what is the level of, what will be the level that you feel that should be, what position should be higher than the other that you draft for? What positions group do you have a sense of urgency to draft? What is more high priority? So we'll probably go position that way. And I think we already know is it's going to be on the first thing you think about is the defensive side. Linebacker, defensive line, or it's going to be offensive lineman. It's going to be one of those three. As the NFL Combine is getting ready to run up. So we'll probably try to go through a list of top 100 players that we'll look and just throw up the top 100 players that they probably feel in some of these mock drafts, and we'll see what y'all feel. How what you feel is a good fit. What is your dream wish pick? What would you like to have? But that'll be something we can do. We'll try to see if we can get some folks up on the call. Cowboy Nation Danny, I know he wants to be in there. It depends if I get my brothers on there or not, but it's just gonna be interesting. I've been just really trying to build the brand right here, and like I said, I'm trying to get this logo made. Once I get this logo made, we in there, and I'm looking to do some film editing, get some film editing, and spice up the show. Me going live, I can talk all day, but it'll be good to just break it in with just some of the freshness of the trenches of DFW sports. So that's what I'm going to be on the lookout for. So y'all stay tuned. Like I said, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, tune in, hit that notification bell. Regardless if it's the Cowboys, if the Mavericks, the Rangers, if it's the Wings, if it's FC Dallas. FC Dallas getting ready to tune in. So for all my people who's heavy into the soccer, yes, let's do something. Oh, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it something big. So big shout out to everybody that joined in for the chat on the show. Like I said, it was late. Your boy had to work early. I'm starting to get the frog in my throat. I really didn't catch too much sleep because by the time I actually got settled, the Stars game came on, even though it was a little bit delayed. But I was normally them times I sit in that chair and the TV will watch me, but the game was so good, I kept. It wouldn't let me take that nap. So that's how that happened. Appreciate Seba for coming up in this thing. Appreciate you for starting off this chat going real live. Cowboy Nation Danny, as always, big super fan, man. I appreciate you for tuning in. As always, Mr. Cowboy, the other super fan up in this thing, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, I look for y'all to be up be up on here tomorrow, man. As we'll run down some Cowboy talk and just keep elaborating on America's team, whether you love them or you hate them, but there is no in between. So we'll wrap about that. So until the next time, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's go ahead and catch some Z's, or if you got something extra, extracurricular activities that you're trying to get into, make sure you just be careful. Make sure you do everything with love, because love always wins. And that's the law around these parts. So we're ending the show with that. Make sure y'all have a great weekend. Do what y'all do. Tune in tomorrow. Same, I don't know what time we'll do this more in the daytime, but I'll have the show up at least, the preview, letting y'all know the notification that it about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, give y'all about a 20-minute head start, and we can jump in this thing and we talk about it. Y'all know where y'all at. It's the Battlegrounds of Sports Talk. It's DFW Sports Raps, baby. I'm the one-man force, the eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. Strewski, baby. For all my Cowboy Nation, Ranger Nation, Maverick Nation, Stars Nation, Wings Nation, FC Dallas, man. Pop it off, man. Nightcap. We'll holla at y'all, man. Until the next time.